darkest days. Hope still burns, it won't retire. This is me, my life rewired. I was broken, now I'm whole. Wrote new chapters for my soul. Not the end, just re-inspired. This is me, my life rewired.
Welcome to My Life Rewired, the Brain Injury Podcast. I'm Ashley, and it's just me today. Surprise! Anyway, before I get started on today's podcast, I want to give a shout out because November is National Caregivers Month. I know we talk about our caregivers occasionally on this podcast, but given November is here, and it's National Caregivers Month, I wanted to give a thank you to all our caregivers out there. You are the unsung heroes. You get to witness firsthand what individuals with brain injuries go through. And I mean, you mainly do your work for free, unless you do this professionally for a job. So thank you very much for everything you do for the brain injury population. Today's topic is the holidays. Now, this can be a very challenging time for individuals with brain injuries. Why is that? Well, some people don't want to celebrate during the holidays, whether because they physically or mentally can't, or they just don't have the supports out there to do that, or they celebrate the holidays, but it's a bit of a struggle because it can be very overwhelming. There's lots of people, lots of conversation, lots of food smells, noises. Maybe you have a bunch of nieces and nephews and they're screaming children. It can be very overwhelming and you can run out of your spoons. Again, if you don't know what spoon theory is, plug for our spoon theory video very quickly. So, how do we get through the holidays? Well, for me, the first holiday after my concussion was Easter, and that was about 5 weeks out, and I have vague memories of it. Again, short-term memory loss. Cue to our memory issues podcast. And I just remember that I was only there for like an hour or two just because, again, I was still going through the physical therapy and the occupational therapy at the time. So, um, I'm still in the strong midst of the battle with, fatigue and headaches and not sleeping at night, doing most of my sleeping during the wee morning hours of the day. And then just a lot of people I know, like I spent a lot of time, not in the open part of the house of my aunt who was hosting, but she has a furnished basement. So I spent a lot of time down there because there was hardly anybody down there. So it was a bit of a sensory break for me. Um, but things I had learned over the years is I kind of packed my own brain injury survival kit, so to speak. Think of it like a first aid kit. So, I mean, again, everybody's symptoms are different, though some of us have similar symptoms. So, you're going to have to customize this to you. So, I definitely pack Advil because I take it before I go, knowing I'm going to get the headaches. But I definitely pack it because you can take it like every 4 to 6 hours. So I can usually take it towards, the end. And then I also pack my earplugs because that just helps dampen the level of noise because that can cause headaches and sensory overload and fatigue and tears. Not gonna lie. I think that's one of the biggest things I struggle with is getting overwhelmed. And then I also packed, just some things to help keep me calm. So I usually have like a hand lotion because that helps with smell too to help calm down the nervous system, but also that physical touch of rubbing your, hands together is good. So, I also, I definitely put a time on things. Like if I start recognizing this is becoming too much, I definitely like thank the host, say goodbye to everybody, and I go once I start feeling that things are getting too escalated. So luckily I'm at the point where I can drive myself. So, I'm able to drive myself, home now from those events. And then I just usually put myself to bed early because I know the next day I'm going to feel it. Despite getting, sleep, and sleep's not always necessarily the best, I still kind of feel lousy the next day because it feels like I ran a marathon, but I didn't run a marathon. I just had all of my senses challenged as being someone with post concussion syndrome. So I definitely take the next day to just take care of myself and regenerate those spoons and recover. So those are my recommendations. And I really hope whether, you do your own thing or you're celebrating with family or friends, you have a really happy Thanksgiving if you live in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, you could always celebrate Friendsgiving, which is basically Thanksgiving but with friends, and you don't have to do our traditional turkey and stuff. You can do whatever you want. Or just not celebrate at all and just, enjoy that day as a typical day. But again, I hope these things can also apply to other holidays like Christmas and Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. So, if you have anything that helps you that you would like to share with fellow brain injury survivors, definitely drop it in the comments below. We would love to hear some external suggestions. So really quick video today. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'm Ashley. And until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.
Just re-inspired. This is me, my life rewired.